Hello, we are the LOUDLABS show tonight. It's a Monday night. It's a little different, criteria, a little lighter on the staffing. LOUDLABS staffing is a little light tonight. Our friend Scott got married on Sunday.
Yes,
yesterday.
he did.
Congratulations, Scott.
Congrats.
Lisa, congratulations.
Congratulations, Scotty,
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah, huge. But we're doing it. We got a great guest tonight, Hernandez, who just got off of work. We're going to broach on his story, immigration, a lot of things. But let's get it going.
Let's go.
Hernandez has been, you've been in Los Angeles for 10 years?
April 30th will mark 10 years.
10 years?
Yes.
Wow. That is from El Salvador?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Right. You were 14 when you came.
When I make the journey, yes.
Yeah. That's nuts, man. There's a lot of things going on right now with a new administration and building a wall and, ICE.
A lot of tension.
Kicking people out, a lot of tension.
Yes.
And we're here to allow you to tell your story. We're, not picking sides. We just want to, we met you on the rooftop, like in September after the first home Ram game.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go. We went.
You guys
barely,
went, yeah.
for the first half.
I was hanging out here.
Yeah.
While you guys were over there.
Yeah. We had a great time talking to you. And
that little party that we're, well, that wasn't hosting it, neither my friend, but.
Yeah. But we told you we're creating this show, and here we are, our episode 12.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I did not believe you at all.
You
I was
didn't?
like, no, I did not. But here I am now.
Yeah, here you are.
And I told you, okay, look, you guys want to have in your show, but I'm not gonna be here for this and this time. So I was like, are you cool with that? Because remember I told you I was going to
you're
Texas
going to Houston.
visit my brothers.
Yeah.
To see my brothers.
And so your family in Texas is also from El Salvador, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
You guys all grew up together?
Not together, kind of like same town, but some miles away.
Uh-huh.
So I would go with my brothers to visit them once in a while. Because when I found out about them, we're half brothers through my dad's side. But when I found out about them, I was like, oh, I have brothers, so I want to see who they are.
So what the audience doesn't know is that you traveled here when you were 14 years old.
Yeah.
From El Salvador, which is, 3,070 miles? The same distance from L.A. to Boston.
Exactly.
Who's
yes.
number one in the East.
Go Celtics, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that's quite a journey. Like
It's some miles.
yeah.
It is.
So 14 years old, you get a call. You get your parents or somebody tells you this is happening.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Like, you knew your parents were in America.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, my parents made it here.
Right.
My dad was the first. Well, not actually. My grandma on my dad's side was the first settler here. Then it was my dad. Then he brought his brothers, and then my cousins, and then my mom. So once my dad and my mom were here, they were living together.
Did your parents come together?
No, first my dad, then my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they just stayed in touch with my grandma on my mom's side. She was taking care of me. So as I was growing up, I had an idea how my mom and my dad, but they weren't there. There was grandma, but not my actual pops. So I was like, oh, you're in America. What's America? I was like, I didn't know. I was a little kid. So they started feeding me with all this info, and I was like, oh, okay. So you're gonna send me money? But
your grandma raised you essentially.
Yeah, man. She's the best thing that could ever happen to me.
Yeah.
I learned so many things, great things from her. First, respect, honesty, and like humble. I was humble when I was little. Coming here, that had changed me so much. Kind of I get carried away sometimes. But either how. So I grew up with my grandma, right? And then like I said, my mom and my dad would stay in touch with her. We'll talk to them. And my dream was to come to America to be with my family.
That was your dream?
Yeah, like
at 14,
yeah.
10, 9, like what? Like when did you say? Was it coming to America or was it coming to see your parents?
Coming to America to be with my parents.
Be with
have
parents.
A family, like
Yeah.
feeling and be, together.
Right.
Because I will see the TV, the movies, and all that, and that's what I would see. So I got captivated about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the idea. Come here for that's most Hispanics come for a better future, and
Yeah.
that was my better future. Be with my family, and grow up, be a good person,
Yeah.
someone successful too as well.
But it sounds like you almost didn't have a choice. You kind of knew. Did you know your parents were going to say, "All right, it's your time"?
Yes, it was not like, oh, like, okay, like, yeah, he might not. Like, it was like when you grow up, when you hit like a certain age, like, you're taking flight.
Yeah.
Not like that, because like I actually had to walk.
And do you think Grandma played a role in like saying, "You know what, Hernandez is ready now. He's not ready now. 10, 12, he's ready now."
At times, yeah, she did. At the end, like the last time that they tried to make the move, it was hurtful. Like, first thing, I was like, I had never seen my grandpa cry. He was a strong man. Like, he worked in the field, harvesting corn and other stuff that we call mycillo. It's like a little flower. I don't know how to talk about that one, but either way, it's irrelevant. So he worked in the field, and like, strong man. Never showed his feelings until the day that I left. Like, he cried, man. He poured out. I was like,
Knowing you were leaving.
yes. And it was,
That was hard.
yes.
For you,
It hit
sure.
me, man. I
Yeah.
was like, my grandpa has never cried. And like, don't do it right now because I'm going to stay here.
Yeah. So that, like, did that tell you, like, at the age of 14? I mean, you're kind of like, you're pretty young. You don't know.
I was still
like,
thinking about just playing.
Yeah. So like, did it mean to you like, God, I don't want to leave here because he really cares about me, or did it mean to you like,
That idea
this means
did
a
cross
lot
my
because he knows that I'm gonna go to this far off place with my other family, my parents,
yeah.
and that must have been tough.
It was tough. Like I said, that idea crossed my mind, but I really, really wanted to come here, and because there were some times that they had tried to bring me, but I was too young. I wasn't ready, like you said. Excuse me. So I was like, let's say I was ready.
Yeah.
I was so excited, and it was just, that's what I wanted to do.
Come to America.
Yeah, I had dream of like coming here, being with my parents, like I said, and
So like what? Yeah.
I have been
so
held back so many times. So I was like, it's time, like.
besides
let me
stories
go.
that you had of your family being here, had you seen like movies? Had you been at all introduced or stories? Like what was your impression of America?
I mean, I thought America is great, like, cars, like fashion, buildings, like the streets look clean
Yeah.
and all that, what I see in TV.
Yeah.
It's somewhere similar of what I thought.
What you thought?
Yeah.
What were the conditions like in El Salvador?
Well, the little town where I used to live, like, it was pretty calm. Right now, my country, it's like, it's pretty, like, there's a lot of violence.
Mm-hmm.
Gang, mostly. As we know, like, what's the most famous gang of El Salvador?
MS-13s.
Yeah,
Right.
MS-13, which means Mara Salvatrucha. Like, I also told you Salvatrucha means a shorter word to stereotype of Salvadorian.
Right.
So yeah, that had not reached my little town, so it was pretty peaceful. I would play like a regular kid, and that lived not- in their town. Like,
But you went to school.
I went to
like,
school, yeah. Like I was like, I would get distracted a lot. I would daydream. I flunked first grade once. What other grade? I think it was once or twice. But conditions, my family.
Did you have like running water, electricity?
Yes,
Like,
yes, we did. Like,
Yeah.
at the beginning, we didn't, cause it was a small city, so I had to go to like this kind of like far mountain where like the water it's like born,
Mhm.
and it was nice, Reminiscing those things makes me appreciate life for in another perspective.
What's some food that you really miss from El Salvador?
I think most for me, eggs, beans.
But like specific, like a specific dish, or
Not really, just like eggs with beans and like Salvadorian cheese, but like it's like made in the Salvadorian way,
right?
just like a regular morning breakfast. But
Okay.
I also this was a routine for me when I was in school. As soon as I wake up, shower, like um,
Do your hair.
Look
at that hair.
That's nowadays, but like before, it was just a mess. Brush my teeth once in a while, but either how, grandma would always make coffee.
You drank coffee when you were that young?
Yes.
Really?
That's so like when I get my,
Oh, wow.
my cup of coffee.
That was like Coke. That was like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's why I'm
I
natural
grew up with
hyper.
Coca-Cola, like
Okay.
sugars.
Hey, but not nowadays. It's not like the ones back in the days.
Yeah.
That was the shit.
The Coke.
Yes.
Sorry, the coffee that you drank.
No, the Coke. Old Coke.
Oh, right, yeah, with the real sugar.
Yeah, but either how I will get cup of coffee and like pieces of bread, and that was my breakfast through the morning.
What you're describing to me is not a terrible life.
No, I mean
It
I
was
had a pretty good
decent.
life,
I
yeah.
mean, there was probably some terrible things going on around you, or
Yes, but
Yeah.
not where I
Yeah.
live. Like I mean, there was people that died because
Yeah.
they got mugged, but
right.
know.
But that happens in a lot of cities, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But over there it was just starting. We could say that like it was
The
rare.
MS-16 or MX-13.
MS-13,
Right.
but like it was not them all the time. There's bad people
Yeah.
here, there, everywhere.
Yeah. So then, okay. So your parents left when you were what? Pretty
My
young.
dad,
Your mom left
let's say a few months, because
after you were born.
when I was born.
Yeah.
Then my mom, like, let's say about a year.
Do you talk to her about this, or is that just like kind of the norm, or I mean,
to my mom.
I mean that's like
I mean, okay, my relationship with my parents here, like, I don't talk to them. We don't talk to each other. Like, supposedly, I'm the black sheep of the house.
really
Yeah.
what?
But it's just like I'm a lot different from them. They're your typical Hispanic family. They want the best for you. Go to school. If you can, you're gonna go to college. Gonna get that degree, and get papers.
And pretty religious too, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catholic, Christian.
Yeah.
So get your papers and like next thing you have dream job, good pay, and you help the next one to come.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think the story we all kind of want to hear is
How I
is,
came
is
here,
this
like-
white BMW that picks you up when you're 14 years old.
Okay. Well, okay. So when that happened, I got sad because they didn't come. I was like, oh, it's happening again, because like they had tried like 2 times before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I was too young, and my grandma, like, once they went to pick me up, she was like, "You're not taking him, because he's too young." Like, it's like,
Oh, wow. You'd think they'd call before they showed up.
yeah. But that time it was like kind of like out of nowhere. So they say on Wednesday we're coming to get him, but it didn't come. So I was like, okay, they did it again. But on the Sunday, they showed up,
Mm-hmm.
and there I was, like I was leaving
Yeah.
without saying goodbye to none of my friends, just my family.
Sometimes that's easier.
Yeah,
Saying goodbye is hard.
yeah, when you have a few crushes, yeah, that's pretty hard. But yeah, so I left, right? So we rode off in this white Beamer again.
Right. And what? So yeah. So what'd you have? You had a backpack, couple pairs of shoes.
Backpack, just the
change of
shoes that I
clothes.
had on, and a pair extra pair of shoes in my backpack,
Wow.
and few drawers.
Had they talked to you like previously about like this
Making
is how
that
it's going to
trip?
go down? Like this is
What you're gonna carry?
Yeah,
like
what you're
this
gonna
is
do,
essential.
or- right.
You're not gonna take this. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Kind of, and I have figured it out myself too, cause we'll go out. I will go out to spend some time with my grandpa. He will when he will harvest corn, he will stay out in the mountain and make this he will build this little shack, and stay there, cause overnight animals will come and eat the corn, so he will stay and kind of scare them off. Like he didn't have a gun or nothing, but he had firecrackers.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
So you had some sort of guidance before you got picked up. Now you're picked up, and your first test is what?
Crossed the river from Salvador to Guatemala.
Right. And how far of a drive is that? How far, like?
Let's say, okay, from when I took off home, I went to sleep over to this guy's house, the Coyote's house, and then spent a night there. Next day we took off in the morning. So from my house to his house, it was 3 hours, I would say. From his house to the river, it was about 1 hour, maybe 1.5. But we didn't do it in the car no more. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's this little taxi, but it's not like a regular taxi. It's like a moped turned into a taxi. So you carry 1 or 2 people and the driver. So that thing went really fast. There was a bridge and there was a little side street that brings you down to the river. So he did that turn, and there was a station of people, police watching who crosses.
Right.
Of course, you have to show your passport, because they don't let just anybody pass.
Right. So yeah.
And
they don't-
I was 14. I couldn't get out of my country with a permit slip or something like that, and I didn't had that. So as soon as we hit the where the river's at, we had picked up a girl, 2 little, around 8 and same age as me, 2 girls. So we started running. Imagine that, as soon as I leave my country, I gotta start running. I was
Right.
used to that, because playing. I
Yeah.
used to run with cows, I was used to that life. So started running, then river
in Guatemala or just
from El Salvador to Guatemala, yeah.
yeah.
So river started getting deeper, and then kind of swam a little bit. So we made it to the other side, and then there was a safe house. We hide in there. We spent the night, because the cops were around. They didn't know in
You
what
did
house.
it at night to cross the river?
In the afternoon, kind of
Oh,
the
okay.
sun coming down. So following day, cops didn't get us. Following day, morning we take off. That I don't really have that much memory of, where in Guatemala,
Yeah.
because like I said, I had some injuries.
Right.
But yeah, so after Guatemala, I remember about being crossing to Mexico. It was just another one. We had to go by buses, kind of hide under where your luggage is at. It will be people
stack you
They
in with the
stack you
luggage?
with the luggage and with more people.
Wow.
So by then,
And you were with these other people, the girls and whoever else had joined you?
they were with me.
Yeah.
No, well, it was the group. As soon as you're getting deeper and deeper, you'll meet up with more people that is coming to America.
And this is in April or May?
This is around April,
like
May.
spring.
Yeah, because I
Summer's
took
just
2 weeks.
coming.
I only took 2 weeks to get here.
Right,
But usually
right.
people take like a month.
But you don't want to leave in like July or August. It's like incredibly hot then, right? I mean, spring is probably a better time, but it was probably still pretty hot, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's close to a Caribbean, so it's
Yeah, it's hot all the time.
it's yeah,
Yeah.
humid and hot. It's a lot different than here.
So you're getting into Mexico and you're traveling via bus.
By bus, by cars at times, and then when we got to Mexico, the trucks they have like this cabins, like where the drivers live.
Yeah,
So like, I will hide in there too. Like, well,
like safe houses, more safe houses.
no, in the trailer. So like
Oh,
to
right,
get us
okay.
to like from point A to point B,
Right.
and that's mostly what people that migrate do. Like
How many different vehicles did you go through while you were in Mexico, do you think? 5, 3?
maybe
10?
more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cars, taxis, bus drivers.
And every time
Truck
you'd stop,
drivers.
you'd get either another car or you'd go to a safe house.
Yeah, safe house. Yeah.
Right.
And then
And these are all set up by the coyote.
by coyotes. Yeah, like sometimes cops too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're on
Yeah.
there too. Any way to make a buck.
Yeah.
Because these guys are getting, I mean, what do you think they're getting per person? Couple, like 10,000 or what? I mean,
The
it's,
coyotes, yeah, like
Yeah.
a couple of. My price, what I was value at that time, 1,700.
oh, wow. It's
No.
kind of cheap. I'm
No,
just
no.
kidding.
No, wait, 7,500. Sorry,
7,500. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
big difference. 1,700 versus 7,500.
That's U.S.
Yeah.
dollars.
that's U.S. dollars,
So,
which
so that's from getting
that's
you
the
from El
currency.
Salvador to Los Angeles.
Yeah,
And
So,
that was 10 years ago.
that was 10 years ago. So
But,
now, of
and that
course-
was from your father had a connect too.
yeah. He of course he got a discount, cause like
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, it's your son.
$1,700. No one's making any money on that deal. Sorry, but yeah, 75.
75,
Yeah. Wow. So, tell us about like the points that you remember the most. Like, I think when we were talking on the rooftop, you had mentioned actually having a conversation with a cop because
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
were lost.
Yeah, okay. So as we got into Mexico, the guide, the person that was the guide dude, and he'll tell you like this and that you don't do.
Right. Always stick with me.
you
Right.
say-
If I'm going to the bathroom, you're going to the bathroom.
He
Like,
didn't mention that. That was more my
but
grandma.
that was just yeah.
That was the like whatever he
Don't
goes,
lose
you go.
sight of this
Like,
guy.
If you could like hook him up into like your belt, you better do that.
Yeah.
But I would always try to be behind him or 1 or 2 persons behind him, because if he start running, something's going down. So you better follow if you don't stay behind. But yeah, so we were in this bus. We were traveling for it was a big gap, like of a distance. So we went on the luggage compartment, and I fell asleep, and there was like there's 2 girls that were sisters and this guy, and I was just like, I don't know, I was half asleep. I was like slapping everywhere, I guess. I'm a bad sleeper, and I slapped this girl, and the private, and like she woke up, and I was like, what? I was like, I'm sorry, I was asleep,
Right.
But yeah, either how, as soon as we got out of the bus, we went into the bus inside where the passengers are. A few minutes later, we get out, and they were like, as soon as you get out of the bus, there's gonna be a taxi waiting for you. You don't ask questions, you don't ask how much or nothing. Like, he knows where he's going. You just get in the car, and the taxi. Sorry. So he was to take us to this hotel in DF, city of
That's a
Mexico.
hotel or that's a city?
That's the city of
Okay.
Mexico. The hotel was called Las Palmas, and I remember that one.
Yeah.
It's palms,
Yeah.
that like the palm trees.
Yeah.
So in the way there, this guy was making like too many turns. I was like, I've heard taxi drivers sometimes they have their little things going on, Cause like at that time we already had like Los Zetas and all that like mafia thing going on. So I was like, crap, we're about to get like, you know,
Gotta pay
robbed.
more money and or,
Yeah, like they asked for more money and like that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So I was like, hopefully not, you know, like always had like kind of faith in God. Which I was still a little kid, you know, but I grew up in that, like you said. My grandma's Catholic, my grandpa's Christian. So as I was seeing this guy go around, I was like, I asked him, what are you doing? Like I forgot where the hotel was at. I was like, wow. But I was with this other guy. He was from Honduras, I believe. And then he got scared. Like, he didn't know what to do. So he just stood in his little, like, you know, seat. And
He was older or younger?
he was a few years. I think he was 16 or 18. But I was like, I don't mind. Out of nowhere, I see this cops because he parked and then there was this cops in front of us. I was like, don't do anything. I'm just gonna wait until they leave. And I, you know, I don't know why. Excuse me, officer. Like, can I ask you a question? He was like, yeah. Oh, this little kid asking me for a question. And like, I just rolled down the window and I was like, officer, you know, can you come over? Like, I want to ask, but in Spanish, of course.
Mhm.
I didn't know no English before. So I was like, you know, like, I'm going to this hotel, but like, the driver, he kind of like doesn't know where he's at. So I told him like, oh, we're going to Las Palmas Hotel. And he was like, oh, you know what, like, it's like kind of like, if you like look back, it'll be right there.
Oh, you
And now-
passed it.
Yeah, he passed it, and I was like, okay, thank you very much. Like, you know, like, and I don't know, like, the way that I was dressing, I guess, like, kind of always, I got that from my dad. He was like, you know, you always shower, you comb your hair, you look sharp. And then, they didn't say anything. I was like,
Why would they? They didn't know any better.
but I did.
Of course.
But,
You
yeah, I
gotta
was
own
like,
you gotta act like you own the place,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
and so when I did that, like, you know what, like, I told the driver, like, yeah, we're just gonna walk it from here. So we went, and then like I went to the main reception, and I said, you know, like, this and that is going on, and I'm here for, can't say names, but yeah. So she was like, okay, like, come with me. That was it. We went to the room where like they were waiting for us.
Right.
And then he was like, we were calling the cop, like the driver, and like say, you know, all of this happened. I was like, yeah, but now we're here.
I wonder if that guy got fired.
I don't know what happened to him, but his fault.
Wow.
But yeah, so that happened. So I was expecting, as soon as I get there, we're gonna move to the next one. But we spent 2-3 days in that specific point of, you know, my journey.
Mhm.
So I was like staying at a hotel, but I couldn't go out. I couldn't enjoy the view or nothing. So
No.
just staying in. So after that, we moved to a next location, but there was a car this time. It wasn't a taxi. So as we were driving already, like, there was this cop that got, like, you know, on our tail. Like, I think they figured something was going on. So this car started like boning out, and then we got to the safe house. But this car was like, he took off, so the cops kept following him. But like, we stayed in the house.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I like. I think what I remember the most from that part. And then
You're scared.
I was scared.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know, there was a thrill on me. Like, I'm till that day, I'm like, wow, I have been an adventurous person ever since I was a little kid.
But at 14, I mean, you don't know it when you're that age, but you're not going to go to prison, right? I mean, you're going to just go back home.
I had those two ideas in my head. I'm gonna go to jail,
Or just
But
go home.
but I'm an immigrant. I'm not from here. I'm not gonna stay
But you're
there.
14.
But I'm 14. But I don't know why. Like, you know, I was kind of like
Oh, you're
aware of that.
Scared shitless, I bet. I would think. But not scared enough to not talk to a cop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was freaking crazy.
Yeah. So you talk to a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty ballsy, gotta tell you.
Thanks.
But they're
But you know, like, I'm gonna say this. Like, I have made it so far. So
How far along is this? Like a week? 10
Um,
days? 5 days?
Like a week.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
you're halfway through? I mean,
a little bit more than halfway. Being
Yeah.
in Mexico, you're like almost there.
Right.
So it's either the desert or like going through the street and the trailer, which I did.
But the most stressful thing to me, like, would be crossing to America.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that one.
just
that one's,
just thinking about that, like, in the back of my head, all right, I made it this far, but I still have the biggest test
yes, you
to
got
go
that
over.
one. So you have two ways, right? Most Hispanics have that, like two ways, either Rio Grande or the desert. So on me, it was kind of both.
And
but
both aren't very safe, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because on Rio Grande, like, it's a pretty long ass river, and it's deep.
Did
So
you cross at what, El Paso or?
yeah, it was close to El Paso.
Yeah.
But I did walk. It was not much of a desert, but it was, like, it was a desert because as we were walking through, I remember this. It was a night. The cops were already on us. Like, they were following the band and everything. So we had to get out and, like, start running to the bushes and, like, hide so we don't get caught.
Through the desert, you're talking about, yeah.
It was kind of half desert. It was
Yeah.
not, like, there yet, but we were getting close. Because, I mean, as we were being followed, it was the previous
Followed
night
by who?
by
Like the-
ICE, like
but
immigration.
Right, but the Mexican version of ICE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they have dogs. And
they had
have
dogs, yeah.
helicopters.
a
They have
helicopter came.
horses. Like.
No, they didn't have horses.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
shit.
with the dogs, that's a dog can smell you, definitely.
Oh yeah.
So, as I was telling you, it had rained the day before. So it's like,
Oh.
I used to have my own dog, and we used to go like kind of like go hunting, I would say, for
Mhm.
like small animals over there. We do have deers, but like if you go out in the mountain. So I was like,
Chihuahuas are big, right?
yeah, we don't use chihuahuas. We're not.
Don't use them. You might hunt. Are they like wild chihuahuas? No, they're in Mexico, not El
Yeah, they're
Salvador.
in
but that does not exist in
But
America.
yeah, either how like I had knowledge of the dogs, how smart they are and all that. So I was like, they gonna scent like my smell. So I see these bottles and like all like mud. So like I was like, I'm gonna run through the water like as much as I can, and if I could get my feet wet and like my
Hide
clothes,
that smell.
you hide that smell,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Like Predator style.
yeah, I did that movie when I was little.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Sylvester Stallone and Rambo too.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
He was the man,
been a while.
killing people even if you were out of like bullets.
Right. That wasn't your style.
That
though.
was Hollywood, yeah, like not me. But either way, so we got to a point where it was a lot of bushes, and they were like, hide in the bushes, just wait there. We kind of lost them already, so they're gonna lose.
Was
their
that
track.
night or
It was
during
a
the
night,
day,
yes.
or- okay.
It was a night. So that's when the shopper came. It was just going around a few times, and of course like they were gonna run out of gas eventually.
Now, okay, sorry to push
No, no.
pause, but you must have seen other people in your circumstance, no? Like
Yeah,
other
like
people
it
that
was
were
a
trying to
big
cross
group.
as well.
It was a big group.
But
We were
your
like-
group was your group. Did you see any other groups?
No, it was just my group.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, like as along the way, as you kept moving, kept on finding like one or two that would add up to your group. Because
okay.
they were connected with the
But they
same
would-
guy that I was coming.
Oh, right.
So that's who they have made the deal with.
Hmm.
So even if they have, because a few of them, that was like second try, third try, and like I think there was one with fourth.
How many coyotes would be there with them? Like a couple or just one?
It was
leading
like
this group?
it was like one main guide, and then a few like two maybe that like will help him.
Right. And how big is the group?
We were 36,
Holy cow! And
and there was a big girl with us. Not to be mean or nothing.
no.
but
That's
man,
a liability, though, right? Kinda.
Yes.
I mean, if you can't keep up, you can't keep up.
No, I remember when we were running on a daytime with her, and like she was done for it.
Oh man.
So it was three girls. They were sisters. One of them, it was her second try. Then the other two, it was like first. And one of them was like that girl.
Yeah.
So she was like, she gave up. She was like, this, like, I can't no more. So the two sisters, they came back and, like, one on each side, like, help picked her
No
up.
way. Oh, wow.
So they got tired because they're females. So there was this guy, like, the guy he came back for her. I was like, at least he's not leaving her behind. Like, that's good,
Yeah, that's cool. Right, yeah.
And I was little. I was like, what can I do? Like, she's going to curse me down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so there was two guys that carried her for a long time. And I saw how exhausted she was, that there was captives around where we were walking. And, like, she was getting all the spikes, and, like, she was like, people were telling her, like, you have this, you have that. And I was like, I don't feel them. Like, her body, like, shut down.
Eesh.
Like.
Was she so there must have been older people, younger.
There
was
was
there
older-
anybody younger than you?
Yeah, like, remember I told you about those two girls?
Oh, right.
So it was
Still with
there were
you?
two sisters, too.
Oh, that's cool that you guys were still together. Like, that's a huge bond.
Yeah.
You still talk to
well,
them today?
No,
Okay.
I wasn't, like, when I was that age, she was cute. But I didn't have the balls. I had the balls to talk to cops, but I didn't have the balls to talk to a girl. Like,
Well, it's not even balls. It's just like you guys went through something pretty hardcore.
yeah, and we made it through.
Right.
So,
the
her
8-year-old
little
was the
sister, it was
youngest. What was
like,
the oldest? Maybe 50, 60, or?
I would say 40s maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everybody made it.
Everybody made it. Yeah,
Wow.
like I was getting knowledge of, like, some people was going through to Miami, other ones that were going to Seattle, and just like that, like different parts,
So
like,
when you were going through the desert, did you see anything gnarly? Like,
I mean, that night I was getting chased, dude. This is out of, like, movie and everything, like, out of the movies. So as we were being, like, hiding in the bushes and everything, like, I don't know what gave me the curiosity, like, to just look around and, kind of be like a scavenger, like, by sight.
Yeah.
And I see this, like, kind of like shadow, like, next to me, and it was a weird shape, like a human. And I was kind of, like, rolling a little bit,
Trying
getting
to hide.
closer. No, a hide, but, like, trying to figure it out. What was that? And I got close enough to, like, it was a body, dude.
Eesh.
And, like, I have heard of those stories, like, that's why my grandma told me, like, you stay behind the guy, like, always, because you don't want to get stranded. Where you going to go? You're not going to have water, no food. You're going to die. And there's a lot of people that, go through that. I'm sure you know.
Well, not to that degree, but
Okay,
I mean, I've
but,
been through some hard
So there was a
times,
body,
but, yeah.
a human body, and I have never seen one like that. I have seen people that was
I mean,
dead,
did it just reek like nastiness? Because it's like super hot during the day,
it's hot
right?
during the day and super cold during the night. So that mixture of hot and cold,
Oh,
it made
right.
the body decompose. But then, like, the cold that night, it kind of kept it fresh, and, like, the skin, it was just like mummy, getting to mummy status. Mummify, yeah,
Right.
there you go. So, like, I would still see, like, hair and, like, the clothes, it was still there. But that was I was
It's
shit.
an image you don't want to
Yeah, to, like,
lose.
it kind of hurt me for some years. I was like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll have that, like, damn, I was dreaming that, because it was scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when I figured out what it was, I was like, I kind of ticked, like, I jumped, but I was like, "Ugh, I can't start running somewhere else because
No.
someone's chasing me, to get me.
But at that point,
So I
mean,
just closed my eyes and I was like, I just started praying. It's like, can this happen? Like, can it finish already? Like, I want to go somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
but nobody realized that it was just me,
Oh wow.
because they were so focused on the cops getting us. So, like, as soon as they said, like, okay, let's go, I just booked that out of there. Like,
But
in
you
the
must.
quickness.
I mean, thinking back at the time or right now, you must have thought like, or you must think now, like,
That could have been me.
this shit is real. This is
Yeah.
like a real like life and death, right?
And well, that
but
feeling.
at 14, you don't really think about that stuff, right?
Yeah, like you say, if I get caught, like, oh, I just go to jail and send me back. Yeah, but
Well, it
like,
still sucks. But as like,
but that
at
thing
age,
right
you still
there,
don't realize.
it was like, I don't.
you're still scared out of your mind. But then adding that to the to experiencing that, it's like,
It was
That would
tough.
freak me
It
out.
was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I realize why I wasn't so like petrified. I guess people tell me I have a no soul. I think a little bit like more elderly.
You kind of block it out, I would think. You just put your survival skills on and you just
Yes,
you know, you
I
just
think
do
that's
it.
what happened. You know, like
Yeah.
I would just like
You were
beast
like
mode
intrigued
and,
as a kid, and yet you discovered it, and
and now you
It's
just
like-
find you saw what it was, so now you move on.
yeah,
Yeah. But
kind of gives
so
you a drive to
keep
get,
going,
to
yeah.
keep going. Yeah.
so after that, you know, like in the middle of the night, we get picked up by a car, and there's like
In the desert.
in the desert,
Yeah.
kind of. But when
a
that
big
situation,
car. If there's 36 people.
it's like it was a truck
Yeah.
with over here, you know, the construction trucks that have that little ball where you save all your tools.
Oh yeah.
So we get in there, and that was in the following morning. It was 14 of us in there, one stacked on top of another one, and I was kind of like close to the middle, so I was like, that was really squish. But I was
Yeah.
really skinny too, so you know, like they were like, okay, put that one like
Yeah.
down there, like
Small one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as they were like, get out, we started running to another car. Like I could hardly run. My legs were like sleep,
Oh, cramping up.
y'all
and-
cramped up. So
Okay.
you know, like
Yeah, what would you be eating this whole time?
just water, and like when we'll get to the safe houses, that's when we'll
Were you
get to
starving? I mean, did they feed you?
eat.
or-
Yeah, I was eating because I had some money. Like the guy, he will give me some money because my dad will give money to the coyote, the main coyote,
Mhm.
and then he will send it to his guy, and he will come around because not to everybody.
Right.
I guess I had special treatment.
But it helped you to even have that money to kind of make you acclimated with the surroundings, no?
Yeah, because
It's like, oh yeah.
when
am
I was traveling
Mexican,
in,
or,
in
you
the
know.
bus, I remember like being on this like big station. We were gonna get the bus, me and the two girls, and there was this fruit lady, like next to me, and I just went outside and like I was like, "Oh, can I have one?" May I have one? And then she was like, "Yeah, you know, it's this and that pesos," and I was like, "How many?" I was like, "I don't know pesos." I was just like, I gave her the bigger bill I had, and she looked at me like, I was like, "No, not that one, this one," and it was like a 5 pesos type of thing. And I was like, "Okay, this is more fair," and then she just gave me like some change, and I was like, quick thinking. But as soon as I got it, I ran back to like the little group that I was with, and then we got in the bus.
Yeah.
And that, as we were going, there was a checkpoint. And the guide, he had talked to us before. Like, remember I was telling you about the tips?
Right.
You don't do
Rojo.
that. You don't. In Mexico, they don't say the red color. They don't call it rojo, which is red in Spanish. They call it colorado.
To describe the
To
flag.
describe, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Yeah.
you know.
That's good.
So-
I mean, that's great. Like,
So they were like, cops, they're gonna ask you, what's the 3 colors of the flag? And of course, I knew it was.
they're
green.
intimidating, man. Like,
Yeah.
at that age, you're intimidated by them.
They were like, I already knew green, white, and red, you know. But I was like, he hit me up with like, don't say rojo. That's automatically eh. So he didn't say it like that, but I was. So what were we supposed to say? Like, and I asked him, and he's like, Colorado. You say Colorado. That's what they call it. So all the time I had that in my head, Colorado, Colorado, Colorado. And you know what? I would think of Colorado, the state or the place here in
Oh, right,
in
yeah.
America, so I can remind myself, you know.
That's interesting.
So we came across that checkpoint, and he passed right by me. He didn't even ask no question. I was kind of like,
I'm ready. I want to ask me the question. I'm ready.
I
Yeah.
was like, I would automatically hit it. And it
I
was
love
funny.
dealing with cops.
So it was funny.
Right. I'm
But
sure.
you know, like in a way, I was like, oh.
Right.
Another thing is, they brought people that like that. I guess they didn't pass the test or like they look suspicious. They brought them down from the bus, and I saw a few like reach into their pockets and like pass them all the money they have.
Oh, just bribing them
Yeah.
flat out. Oh wow.
And like we said, like the cops that work with them, that's what happened. And then, so they came back to the bus, and I was like, they didn't take you, like, and
No.
they took all my money, but here I am still, like I still have a second job.
So with your group, okay, when you guys like all assembled, did you realize like were you the furthest south, or were there other people like from Nicaragua or
Yeah, and there
even
was
further?
even farther. Yeah, and not just in my group.
Like not South America though, just Central America. Or?
South America, more like Panama.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there was one Panamanian dude.
Okay.
Yeah, with us, but
That's a
mostly it was
hike.
like Guatemalans, Hondurans,
Wow.
Salvadorians, and a few Mexicans too.
So you
like-
made it through the desert, and then the next big
Yeah.
task or the big feat was to get over the
Rio Grande. Yeah.
Right.
So that one, we camped out like really close to a river. Well, there was a house. So as soon as we get out of that house, it was like a big field, like where we put the cow. Well, in America, like they put the cows in there, and I remember it's just like we were camping out like really close to the edge of the river, because we saw the station of the police. Like there was a bridge on your right side.
Across the border.
Yeah, across
I
the
mean,
border.
across the river in America.
Yeah.
essentially, Yeah.
So like there was a light, and then he will kind of flash it to there's where we were at, but we were in the bushes.
It's like you're in a prison almost.
Yeah, it gave me that exact
Yeah.
image. I was like,
Yeesh.
damn, this is just the movies. Like like I told you, I used to see Rambo movies. Like I saw Predator as well, and other ones. But all that, I was like, wow, incredible. How it's kind of like reminiscent to like.
Your heart's got to be just beating.
I was,
like,
I was like, I was scared but excited at the same time.
And not only that, but you probably had been there for so long that you probably put other people at ease, like the 16-year-old that was in the taxi with you, and like.
Well, that kid, I don't know, the way that he was really calm. I don't want to say anything else, but like,
Yeah.
it was. He didn't have that skill,
Right.
that drive.
But he
like,
probably relied on you for your calmness to,
for him to feel safe and
like
not
no one's
to.
freaking out here.
Okay.
We got to rely on each other. We can't freak out.
Yeah, but
we're
the,
so
the,
close.
the guy too, like the person that was conducting us, he was like, you don't say shit.
Yeah.
Not even like, if like a snake bites you, like you're not gonna scream.
Because you're gonna get us all
Yeah.
caught. Right.
And that's the goal too. Like whatever happens, you don't give away the whole group. Cause then you all going in for sure.
Then we're gonna
like-
kill you.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, like so there was like they told us about this window, like this gap where there's gonna be a switch of shift on the cops, and that's where our truck will come on the other side, wait for us, but on that time we'll be already like crossing over this big like cliff.
Mhm.
That was a super big incline, and I was like, how the heck are the girls gonna make it through that? Because I was thinking, like, are they used to this? Like,
No.
I was
You're
like,
not. I mean, no one
I
is,
was.
right? Yeah?
Dude,
You
I
were
will
ready for it.
I will climb, like, the biggest mountains and, like,
Yeah.
kind of like free, what is it called? Free climbing, No harness.
Mhm.
Like, when you're climbing rocks and all that, like, that sport.
Yeah.
So I would do that, like, free, like, no rope. Like, if I fall, I'm dying for sure.
You're more nervous for the crew around you than you are for yourself.
Yeah. So I was like, I know I can make it, but could they? And I was like, it's kind of like harsh to think that way, but I was like, I'm sorry,
if
you
you're
know, like
thinking that, what are the coyotes thinking? Because they got money on the line.
they got money on the line, but this is the thing: if you don't make it 3 times, they take that money.
Oh, really?
You,
You get 3 chances.
you get 3 chances.
Oh, wow.
And if
That's
those 3
crazy.
chances you don't
have
make
to
it-
pay every time.
No, like so they would. Let's say I would have not
Oh,
made
because
it.
they consider it part of their fault, like you didn't get across.
Yeah, the first 3
okay.
times, you know. But after that, like the 4th, you have to pay.
You gotta pay again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
so-
Okay. But they all made it. They all
well,
made it up the incline?
Okay, yeah. So as we the shift, as they switch shift, there was like a little raft made out of the inner tube of trailer truck, like the wheels, you know, like the inner tube. Back in the days, they don't use it no more in the wheels. They're more, like the technology has gotten better.
Mhm.
So there's no inner tube. So those were inflated, and it was used as a raft.
Oh, right, to get you over.
So, you know, not everybody fit on it. So some of us, like, I had to swing for a little bit and then just kind of
Hold on.
hold on to the raft.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the river, there was like a little Iceland.
Okay.
And then, like, we kind of took a break right there. And then
It's a pretty
the-
big
the-
river.
it was pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Was it calm or was it like...
there was a part, there was a
yeah.
part where it was really, like,
Rapidy?
streaming. Yeah, rapidy.
fast and...
Yeah, the stream was, you know, catching some speed. And I saw that, like, I was getting dragged.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to the other side, and then we started climbing that thing, and I saw people like sliding down. I was like, oh, this, I knew it. And I made it up, made it to a truck, and I was just sitting there like,
I'm in America.
not really. I was like, where's the rest of the people? We gotta go, you know. Like,
Oh, okay.
and then
Still stressing.
yes, but I didn't, not really that I'm in America. I was like, okay, the rivers, we crossed already. So now, what's the next?
What's next?
That's next.
What's
and then,
next? What's next? Thank you, bathroom break. I much needed that. I think we all did it.
Yeah.
Hernandez, you have told us a crazy, very interesting story that not very few of us have experienced. Certainly not me or Scott.
But
you have
most Hispanics, this is what they gotta go through, you know,
to get over.
to get over.
Right.
Yeah. Probably even worse, more injured than I, you know,
And what I think,
because I'm not the first one.
No, of course not.
Uh-huh.
This has been going on for decades.
Decades,
I
yeah.
don't even know. I haven't done the research, but I know that there are almost 3 million illegal immigrants in LA or California, just in California. And they are a huge part of our economy. They're,
Thank you. Or, you know,
it is, it's Texas, Arizona, it's Florida.
I'm actually glad
even.
you're recognizing that.
Well, it's it's at the forefront right now because of our administration, but it's not an easy solve. We all know that.
We all know that.
It's not just a matter of we can build a wall and just solve everything. It's just going to solve all our problems. I just don't think that's the case. It's so much more complex than that. We can't even touch on that today. We're just going to touch on your story and run with it. And where we were at with your story was you just getting to America,
Just cross the river.
and crossing the Rio Grande, and
I got in that car, and then the car took us to safe house again. Next day in the morning, we were taken to this.
Did you wake up in that morning? You must have woken up and had some form of relief.
Well, yeah, I was.
I mean, that was stressful. Like you almost were caught in Guatemala, like when you were crossing
a lot
the
of
river
times,
there.
actually, yeah. So it was like
2 weeks or a week, 10 days, whatever.
it was 7, 8, and about 9 days that I made it in 2 USA grounds.
Had you talked to your parents at all during this time? Did you know, okay, in like 3-4 days, I'm going to see my dad, or you knew that you were going to go to Los Angeles, no?
I had knowledge that I was coming to LA.
To see your folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I did not. We didn't have no communication whatsoever. It
No
was just
cell phones, nothing.
I didn't. The guys did have cell phones, and they would communicate with whoever they had to get in contact with.
Right.
So as far as my parents knew, I was alive. I was still kicking. Just I was there. That's all that mattered.
Right.
And
It wasn't going to take you more than one try to get over.
well, most people they don't make it the first one. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Most people.
most people. But luckily,
It takes them 2 or 3?
at times.
Wow.
sometimes 4, 5. Cause there's another way to come, and the train, and that's a really risky one.
But it's faster, or
It's a little bit more faster.
Yeah.
But people die. People they get their legs chopped. They get mugged. You know, like the weather situations. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Really, really crazy. Like so, I feel like I'm really blessed. I feel like I had it easy. Cause like I had the special treatments and like I didn't really suffer. Like my brothers did that trip too. The ones in Texas. One of them, he didn't get that lucky. He went to jail, and you know, like
He got caught
He
in
got caught
Mexico,
in-
Guatemala, or
in Mexico, I believe.
wow.
So yeah, so
And he got sent back
He
to
got
El
sent back,
Salvador.
but
Had
then
to start it all over.
all over again. But this
Right.
time it was my two brothers coming. So
oh, okay.
you know,
So it's kind of a
it's
blessing. Like,
yeah, you know, two is better than one.
well,
And
it's good for your younger brother.
older. Well, we're 24.
Yeah.
They're older than
But he
me
came
by a few
back.
months.
He went back and got his younger brother. No.
They're twins.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait, how does that happen? So, like, all right, we're gonna pick you to go, and
Hey,
and
let's
you
just
got
say,
caught by the cops, so
Uh-huh.
now it's gonna be both of you.
well, yeah, because supposedly this is how it went with them. They have been twins, and they've been together all their lives, and you know, like they say, they're really alike. They feel everything that the other one feels. So when they split up, it was really heartbreaking for them, and I kind of felt too. I was like, damn.
He purposely got caught. Do you think?
I think he did say
The
that. He
karma
mentioned
kinda-
that because like he was like, you know, I didn't really want. I miss my other brother, my other half.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Like, if I was the guy that got left back as the twin, I'd be like, "F
Yeah.
you, bro." Like, I'd be pissed, right?
Yeah, but you know when you asked me about if my pops will phone me when I was on my way, my brother will phone the other brother. Back to El Salvador.
Oh, so he had a phone.
The guys like they had
Yeah.
phones.
But
So-
this just happened recently, you know?
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have like 3-something years here.
And did your father help?
Yeah,
orchestrate that?
he's the one that got us, the three of us here. So
Wow.
my respect to him, you know, like when I got here, everything was sweet and nice. But then as I was growing up, you know, I split up, went my own way, and I don't have nothing to regret from my dad. He did what he had to do, and I'm here now.
Do you think that I'm not going to go deep, I'm going to go a little deep here. So do you think that your dad gave you a gift? He gave you a gift to come here. He gave your two other brothers a gift to come here, right?
Yeah, he gave us a
He
better
could have
future.
just said, you know what?
Screw it.
Screw
Yeah.
it. I'm here. But he made a choice, and he went out of his way to make sure that his sons got the opportunity that he had.
It was not he was going out of his way because he knew he had kids, and I mean that's a father responsibility.
Right, but he spent the money to make sure that you guys came over, no?
Yeah, but that was, I believe that was his idea. Like I'm gonna get him here, you know,
Right.
because he always talked to me. He was like, "How are you? Like, you know, do you wanna come?" Like, I remember that him saying that to me when I was little.
But he left when you were like a month old.
Yeah, but
That's not like a normal thing for most kids' child.
yeah, but you know why he left?
To get a better life, to help you in the long run.
Well, he had 3, so he knew like he better make it better. Because
Okay.
I mean,
So you
I think
understand
I
that
think I
now
would do
at your
the
age.
same. Yeah, now I understand. He didn't left me because he wanted to. He left us.
Because he wanted to make your lives in the long run better.
Better,
So he
yeah,
was
and-
thinking long term.
And you know, like,
That's a huge, that at your age, that's a huge thing to understand.
well, now I do. Before I would kind of like be mad at him, even
Right.
even with my mom. But you know, like you said, now as I'm 24, grown, I let go of those feelings. Like, you know, thank you. I thank my dad and
Did you
my
tell
mom.
him that?
I did once.
Once?
Yeah, it's just like we don't have that father and son connection. It's like more
Do
like
you think he
he's
feels
my friend.
guilt?
He doesn't feel guilt because look, when I got here, when I was through high school. I went to high school for almost 2 years. He would always be at work, and then he was a chauffeur.
Mhm.
He was riding nice cars.
You love your cars.
Yes, I know my Bentleys, my Lambos. Like I know myself. No, I'm joking, but yeah. So he was always in work, and it was just I would see him my short amount of time. Even in summer vacations, rather than me staying home, he'll be like, "You going to summer school?" Because either way, I'm not gonna be home. Nobody's gonna be home. Grandma was working, dad was working, cousins were working. Who's gonna take care of
You're
them?
going to be working, basically. Is what you're
Basically,
saying.
yeah.
So when you came here, I mean, not to fast forward, but you started living with him. You lived with him, and your
I
mom,
came to
or-
my mom's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah. So, let's go back to me getting here to LA.
Yeah.
So we were in that band for some days because the guy couldn't take the shorter way to LA because there was patrols, there were checkpoints, and like a white band
It's a smart way.
full
Not
of
the short
immigrants.
way.
Yeah.
It's the
So
smart way.
let's say we're going to a dentist to get breakfast.
So wait, are there? Excuse me.
They didn't have Denny's down there, do they?
Now
Or,
is this the same amount of people? You guys together still, or like you break up?
We broke up. We broke up. Sorry. Everybody had to go. Like I said, there was someone coming to Miami. There was another one going to the East Coast. So that the last house checkpoint, we gave our farewells to like everybody. Like, hey, it was good, but now I gotta go with my family. Glad you made it. We all made it. So we're just happy overall.
and people were going in different directions too. They
Yeah.
weren't just going to L.A.
Right.
You were going to L.A. Like
I was coming to-
I'm sure that was just like a point.
There was a female I remember coming to LA as well, but she was older. She was on like 40s maybe. I just I wouldn't say didn't like her. I was just like she was a bit annoying. Like she would always be nagging about something. And I was like, why are you so upset of life, on life? But yeah, like I was like not my thing. So I was like I didn't pay attention. But I just kind of hang back in the back of the crowd there, like when everything was done, just just laying back. Well, I knew like
Get me there.
yeah, I was waiting. I was so anxious. I didn't know coming in the freeway like it was gonna take that long.
So you have some relief now that you're in America, but you don't. You're still like, get me to LA. Like,
Yes, that was
I'm
my.
not like,
I'm not happy until I'll get there.
right.
And I was just like I think I told the driver like, can you go faster? But it was like 11 heads in the band, like a commercial band.
And now, do you have stops like state to state? Like, cause I know.
Yes, they
So
will do
Texas-
that. That I don't really remember. I just remember being in the road and like seeing the scenery, the fields, mountains, and all that. And
Now
at night I would sleep,
Mhm.
And it's not that exciting. I mean,
and knowing that you could get caught is still like, yeah, it's not that exciting.
no.
But it's a different kind of
Kind of feeling, yeah, like you're
than
you're
in
already.
Mexico. Obviously, like you're here, but you're not obviously in LA yet. But you're still. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. Like he said, the rough part
rough
of the
part's over, yeah,
trip, it's
yeah.
pretty much done. So now it's just like a matter of me getting from from Texas to LA, to California. So first memories I have is just like me hearing the radio, like, regular radio grading the good mornings, weather, and like whatever was going on and like the famous people's life, whatever. But they
Good
mentioned
morning, Arizona.
similar to
People
that.
talk a
exactly.
little differently here, huh?
Yeah. So I remember them saying it was National Kids Day, which was marked as April the 30th, which is coming up pretty soon. That will mark 10 years of me being here. Yay, big anniversary.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, so that was, I'ma set this date as like me being setting foot in America. So from then, I don't really have much memory. But then I remember getting to Soto Street.
In downtown LA.
Not in downtown LA. I don't know where in the specific.
It's
More
like East LA.
more
no?
east
Yeah.
probably, because there was this gas station at 76, or yeah, 76, and then that's where the band got there, and that's where they were got me up with my dad.
Is that where everyone got off, or did just you?
Me,
Yeah.
me. They dropped me off right there, and he was supposed to be in a Honda Civic, 1992, I believe. And when I saw it, like I recognized that car. Like it was like chrome rims, like kind of like sporty looking car. I was like, oh, okay, that's the taste that my dad would have. Cause I saw him with that Beamer M3, you know,
Yeah.
Parago over there. I was like,
And you had seen him, what, 3 years ago when you had your
like my
appendix
surgery,
removed?
yeah, my appendix removed.
When you wanted to show off playing soccer.
Well, wasn't showing off. I was just having fun, you know. Like I was like, I'm
Your
tired.
appendix was about to fall out with like a strap around you.
Yeah, you know, like there was this girl that I wanted to impress, and
So were you anxious? Were you nervous? Were you fearful? Were you happy? Were you
like-
excited? Your father you hadn't seen in 3 years, who you really didn't have a huge close relationship with, right?
no,
I mean,
not at
just,
all.
Like you had seen him maybe
closest, yeah, like-
how much time? Maybe a week's worth of time out of your whole
2
life.
weeks, yes. And you know, like I did give him hugs and everything, but
He got you there, right? I mean, he put you through this.
oh yeah, that definitely. When I got here, like when I saw him, like first thing I was like, "Good dad, you know, I'm here." Like
So he picked you up.
Yeah, to,
and took you home. Do you remember?
They
anything?
didn't take
when
me
you
home
ate?
right away.
Did
We
did
went
your
to
dad
a
say,
Ross.
Oh,
We
Ross
went-
Dress for Less.
yes,
Get some clothes,
That's
right?
how-
You didn't have any clothes.
Yeah, I was pretty smelly as I remember.
Right.
Cause I would shower, but
Your dad was very. He emphasized you
Yeah,
looking
you-
good and
yeah, you gotta look sharp
yeah,
all the
you gotta
time.
look
And then,
sharp.
like,
I like that.
you're coming home, and like everybody knows that you're coming home already. Like
Right.
they're gonna
I'm
be
make
waiting
you
for
look
you.
good.
Yes.
Oh,
the
good.
first impression they're gonna see is like, oh, he looks clean. Like
Yeah.
not getting home all smelly. Like you need to shower. But yeah, that's what grandma said. Like just hop in the shower, get dressed, and come out, and like
Yeah.
you know we're gonna talk, we're gonna eat, enjoy that you're here.
Your first night sleeping in America, like once you made it to LA, do you remember like what was going through your head, or like waking up that next morning? Was there like some moment
of
that
feelings
you were, yeah,
and
some type of
stuff.
thing, like moment where you woke up and you were just like, "Fuck, I'm in America." Like
I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't. I was like, ew. I was thrilled. My mind was at it, like,
there's a lot going on. I mean,
Yes.
it's like it's hard to, especially that at that age. Like it's hard.
it was a big change.
yeah.
First of all, from like being born and raised till you were 14 in like the middle of mountains, rivers, and like to living in the city, like where you have a train, like airplanes, and it was like crap. So what do I do here?
So you went to that started. You were at 14. You're what, a freshman in high school?
I was a freshman in high
Yeah.
school. I didn't go to middle school.
Right.
Yeah, I had to get a bunch
That's a
of.
pretty big adjustment.
Yeah, because over there I only got to sixth grade. And remember I told you I flunked first grade twice,
Right.
and this I think fourth
Oh, so
grade
they
too.
just throw you in based
They
on your
just, like,
age?
Fit them to the dogs.
Right.
So he was like, so I don't want you to get in trouble. No gangs.
Your dad said that?
He told me that he straight up put the rules. You know,
You were living with him
with
at the
him,
time?
with
Yeah,
him
yeah.
and grandma.
Because mom kicked you out. Hot potato.
Hot
Hot
potato.
potato.
You have them. So stayed with him. So I would live like 2-3 blocks away from high school, and he was like, he gave me 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. Like he only gave me some minutes from school to the house, and he would call home
To
like
get home.
yes, he would
To
call home
not
like,
join the gang. To not F
not
off.
get in trouble or nothing.
It's true. That's when it happens. It's after school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I was hating it.
Because you couldn't make friends.
Nada.
You didn't get to play like
Nada.
sports and nothing. He wouldn't let
Nothing.
you play sports, huh? Or you
No.
couldn't.
I couldn't because I wanted to join like the high school soccer team, but I was like, also football really caught my attention. I don't know why contact sports like really.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've been through a lot, and I mean, I grew up playing that, so you want to hit someone, like it's that contact, like that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said it, contact sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, take out
So
aggression, I mean, yeah.
he Hispanics were big soccer fans and all that. So he enrolled me into this league, and then that's where I met my best friend. At,
Oh, right
at
on.
14, like I came to play into this little soccer team and made friends, you know. So that's where my English started building up.
When he gave you a hard time, told you how to
yes.
speak. But where was he from? Was he from
He
LA?
he
or-
was an Angelino, like
Okay.
a second generation,
Right.
Chicano, and his
You
family's
saw
from
something
from
new?
Oaxaca.
You still talk to him this day?
Yes, best pal. Like he has
Oh,
a
that's
beautiful
awesome.
baby girl, and
Oh,
we
wow.
always hanging out whenever we can.
Okay.
And I gotta say, like that guy, he has grown so much.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him,
Nice.
and he's one of the reasons why I keep pushing forward to be better, because he has a kid at 24, and he wants everything to be good for her. And when we were kids,
You'd be a lousy dad if you didn't, right? You
Right.
know, like
yeah. So I was seeing what my dad was doing for me when I was small
right.
on him. But either how, so I went to high school. We'll go to soccer games and all that. Funny how my best friend took me to a party at this girl's 15th party, and without even wanting to.
15th? Like this is like when you first met him?
No, like the girl was they were celebrating her sweet 15th birthday.
Okay.
That's a regular thing in Hispanic culture.
Gotcha.
So it will call them quinceañeras.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're on the same page now. So without even wanting to, I met the person I was gonna fall in love, and she was gonna be my high school sweetheart.
She was.
She was.
It was at her birthday?
It was her cousin's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember
And
that
how
night.
late? So
man.
you were 15 at the time?
No, I was
21.
no.
I'm joking.
Let's
17?
17. I
Yeah.
think around there, 17, 16.
Yeah.
She was
You still talk to her?
no.
Ah.
Things didn't but in high school I did met other people. Like that was not the only person I would hang out with. But that's why he became my best friend, because he would keep me away from certain things that wasn't for me. So I'm glad that I found him.
Right.
Um,
You're still tight with him now.
yes, for those reasons.
Yeah. And you're
So-
working now, and you've been working, and you
Oh,
you got through high school.
I've
or-
been working. Now that you just said something, I had plenty of jobs. Like I didn't know what I want. Right now where I'm at, I'm happy there,
Yeah.
but I know I could do better. Let's just say I'm gonna be here till I make some cash and I find my next destination,
You're
like work wise.
knowing you, and I know you semi well. It's
Yeah,
not
well-
about making money. It's about being happy, right?
Yes, about
Yeah.
being happy. Money's not all for me.
No.
It makes your life easier,
Yeah.
and you can eat better, live better.
You're the black sheep, man.
Yeah, true that. So my mom said, like, when I came, she didn't felt the love as I was her son, because she wasn't there as my process of growing up.
She wasn't. She left.
She left,
Your
but
grandma was there.
my grandma was there, so that's my mom and my pop. But I also have my actual mom and my dad. But till the day, I'm not mad at her. I'm just like, okay, like we could have made it work.
Yeah.
We could have just. I think I'm grown enough to like. I hit the part where, Mom, like, I messed up. What can I do to like work it out with you?
You know what works?
What?
You just say I love you.
Oh no,
It works.
I used
it really
to.
does.
I used to tell her.
It does.
I used to tell her that
Because
all
they
the
feel
time.
guilty. My dad felt so guilty growing up. It's like he didn't think he was like the best father he could be, and I go, Dad, I love you. That's it. You tell them they don't even want to hear it because they don't think that they're.
But I
like
would
the
tell her that
best
all the time, and
mom.
I will hug her. I will make her feel my love. But she didn't have that love for me. But
The fact that these people, Trump got voted in, and there's a wall being built now, and ICE is now, coming to people's homes and.
But that's if you
arresting
were a bad
people.
person, like
Sure.
as me, I was a bad person, but I didn't kill, I didn't rob, I wasn't raping. Not everybody has that mentality.
I totally agree. You're a big time Republican, I thought.
No, not at all. I consider myself
No, that was-
independent.
I think-
Like I don't not
Yeah.
patriot, neither Republican.
Because
Just like-
basically, we're not going to get into that. Like, basically,
Yeah.
They had met you, know you're a nice guy, you had an interesting story. That's all we wanted to tell. I mean, everything else is really complicated.
Yeah.
We just wanted to shine light on that. I mean, we're not taking sides of
Yeah.
getting into
absolutely.
the immigration. I mean, we could
Yeah,
go on and
okay.
on, but
But yeah, as you mentioned, I want to emphasize that. Like I said, I went through a lot of jobs. Like my first job out of high school, when I dropped out, I was doing car wash, and
Yeah.
like that's how I started. I was doing a not so decent job that everybody considers that, but I was doing it. Like okay, I have a job, I have an income. I put money in my pocket. I could feed myself. And not just me. Like, if I care for my family, I could do that too.
But here's the problem. Okay. You're getting paid this money, but you're not paying taxes.
Okay, but okay,
Right?
maybe me, but there's other immigrants that they do file taxes.
Right.
But
Listen.
it's just a minimum percentage that kind of like under the table. Yeah, I'm not
Right.
gonna lie,
Yeah.
But
I think that's where a lot of people have the issue, is taxes, these things,
But I mean, we're doing a job that nobody wants to do, and I think
I
that's a way to
completely agree.
compensate
Yeah.
that.
No, I
right?
completely agree. It's the employers. It's a far big. It's so complex.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
so
can't
complex,
even,
like you said. It's just between the employee
you know.
and the employer.
Right, and they're breaking the law. I mean,
I'm not. I did break the law by coming into this country illegally,
Right.
but if I come to their door and like I tell, like I would like to come into your country, I wanna. If you would like to give me papers and
Right.
make everything official, like cool,
Let's
like
do it.
it's a
Yeah.
win-win for you.
Yeah, it's.
But
yeah.
what do you think they're gonna say? Oh, you might be this, you might be that. No, thank you. Right out the back. Why? Because I might not have the education. I don't look good enough for them.
You look pretty good to me.
Okay. Thanks about that, but yeah, let's get back to the topic. Like I said,
Topic. Which one?
yeah.
we have a bunch going on. True.
We're so out there.
No, I mean, it's
We've had a good show, though.
that's tough. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad. Thanks for bringing me in. like I
Hernandez,
said.
it's a pleasure having you in. We broached on a lot of things. We talked about a lot of things, and what you've been through, not a lot of people have been through in the 10 years that you've been in America and you got here. And people deal with hard times for sure, but you definitely have a story, and I appreciate you sharing it with us.
I wish like your show keeps growing.
I appreciate that.
Because this is
yeah.
pretty good. Like you're putting the truth out there.
Yeah,
Like not just whatever media wants to sell.
that's
Like
what we're trying to
real,
do.
real people. Their lives, like what they lived through. Because I have like other stories, like people getting mugged out in the streets, and like people seeing it, and some people don't do nothing about it. Like this one time, I was heading from work not so long ago, like last week. I don't know how much time did we have. I was still.
Oh, we're already
It's
over. yeah.
almost 4 a.m.
Last call.
Well, can I finish with
It
this?
is last
This
call.
one, okay.
Again, I want to say thank you to you being on our show today. It was a pleasure talking to you. Your stories are fascinating.
Yeah, thank you.
How you
It's a
got
lot-
here.
It's a lot to comb through and
Yeah.
bring up.
Thank
so
you.
We've got
thank
tons
you.
more stories, I'm sure, but we just don't have the time.
Now you
know?
understand that.
We'll get
man.
you back on here soon.
Sounds good to me.
All right, man.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Signing off. Late night. Loud Lab show. Peace.
Good night. Thank you.
Wow. How's all that?